Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is paper June 2022 and variant second, 42 variant. So let's try to solve this complete paper. Small smooth spheres A and B of equal radii, okay, and mass 5 and 3. So one mass is 5 and one mass is 3. And he said lies on a smooth horizontal plane. So friction is equals to 0. Initially, B is at rest. So this starting speed of B is 0. So this is a B particle, this A particle, and the mass of this is 5 kilograms, and this is 3 kilograms. Writing data is very, very important. As you know that mechanics total depends upon writing data. And he mentioned here that initially B is at rest, A is moving towards B speed of 8.5. So it is moving towards B with a speed of 8.5. The spheres collide after collision. So I think we have to copy here. 1 minute, please. So what he said here now, read the statement. The spheres collide, and after collision, A continue to move in the same direction. So what is the direction before? Same direction. And but with a quarter speed of B. So let's say the speed of it means both will move naturally this way. So assume he said quarter speed of B. So let's say velocity V2 of B particle is V. Then what is A particle will be quarter 1/4 of B, because it's very clear that A will move quarter speed as compared to B. If B is V, so A will get 1/4. According to law of conservation of momentum, M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equals to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. So, and I just give you an idea that we keep observer's eye here. Luckily, all going right hand side, so not affect. Sometime this arrow reverse. So this speed will take a negative, because you know that when particle going away from observer, velocity positive, coming back, velocity negative. So this is not any such situation in this question. So all positive. So let's start. Mass 5 into 8.5. 5 times 2, 8.5. And this is 0 because speed is 0. And all right. Is equals to mass 5. And this is a 1/4. So m times 2, 1/4. So m is 5 is a 5 given. So 5 times, this is a very clear. Mass is a 5 times 2, 1/4. Mass 2 is 3, and speed is v over 1/4 of v. Okay. Now, students, I think very clear approach. This is a 5/4. So 5/4 v from here, and plus 3v from here. And this is a coming. So 8.5 times to 5 is giving 42.5. And and the right hand side is becoming what? 5/4 plus 3 is giving 17/4 times 2v. So it multiplies with that, and 17 will divide under it. And final speed we are getting, and what he was asking, speed of B. So 42.5 into 4 divided by 17, and answer is coming 10. But this is a velocity of, and what he's asking, find the speed of B after collision. And speed of B is 10. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, it has been done it. Speed of B particle. if I want to find A, although it's not asking here, but if I want to find A, so 10 will go here. So A will become 2.5 if he asks us. Okay, after collision, but this is not a part of solution question. Find the loss of kinetic energy of system due to collision. So maybe this needed now here. So not maybe, confirm. Loss of kinetic energy of the system. So we will find simple before and after. What is before kinetic energy and what is after? So let's say before. So what is the kinetic energy of the whole system of the before? And you know, half mv square. What is the speed here, students? You know, where is the half mv square? There's v and there's a mass. So half mv squared. So the mass is a 5. V 8.5 square. And this velocity is 0 of the b particles, so no kinetic energy will come from here. And if I type this in calculator, so half into 5 into 8.5 and square, and I get it 180.625 joules. This is a before. And what is after? After, because we have a both speeds, so we will get a both speeds. So let's see both speeds, both given. So kinetic energy afterwards. So half, wait a minute. Okay, so half mv. And what is the mass of this 5 into 5 into this? 5 mv square, 2.5 square. And the second one is mass is 3 and v is 10, half mv square. So let's try to find it. It is giving us 165.625 joules. And what is the difference and loss? We can say the loss. So loss of kinetic energy, just subtract them and I get the answer. Like 1 minute, please. 180.625 minus 165.625. So 15 joules is our answer. I hope so. This question is very clear. Let's go for question number 2. Question number 2, we given 3 forces. Okay. And we have to first of all resolve forces. Read a statement first of all. Coplanar forces, magnitude 60, mentions here. 20 mentioned here, but 60 angle with the x-axis and 14-degree angle 50 with the x-axis. And we have to find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant force. So first of all, I will resolve forces. You know, a force acting parallel to y-axis, no component braking. Along along x-axis, no component braking. But the acting in the middle of quadrant, we have a braking component. So let's start. This force parallel acting to x-axis and one force parallel acting to y-axis. This angle is here, same, you know it very well. And where angle given, that is cos component. So force is 20, angle is 60, 20 cos 60. And this becomes 20 sine 60. Same way, I will resolve the second force, very clear. So I hope so clear. There's a 50-degree. And this is a, so 16 cos 50 and 16 sine 50. Okay. Now, students, that's complete. Now we will find Rx. So what is Rx, students? Rx is all acting along to x-axis. So let's see what is the x-axis forces acting here. So along x-axis, if I check it, so right side force is this. We'll take as a positive, and these two as a take as negative. Okay. So 20 cos 60 minus 14 minus 16 cos 50. I repeat my words. This is right word, so positive. These two negatives, so left negative. So I will continue this way. So Rx, I will find it, and then I will go for Ry. And Rx, if I type in calculator, So 20 times 2 cos 60 minus 14 minus 16 times 2 cos 50. And this answer is becoming negative 14.2846. For accuracy, take 4 dp's, okay? And this negative mentions us very clear that right side forces is smaller and left side forces is bigger. That is why we got negative sign, but no problem at all. Now I'm going for Ry component. When you talk about Ry components, so start from this is upwards positive, these two forces negative. So let 60 negative 16 sine 50 negative 20 sine 60. So I hope so this part is clear. And now I'm typing in calculator. So 60 minus 16 times 2 sine 50 and minus 20 times 2 sine 60. Okay, 16. So answer is coming positive 30.4228 newtons. Okay, this is another force. I got it. One is, I think up till here, very, very clear. Now, after having this one, we always make a cross. You know, it's very clear and visible because X is negative. So ask yourself, this is X, start from origin. So start from origin. So it's positive right side, X negative left side. But because it's a very clear as a negative sign, so I'll go left side. This arrow goes left side. And now I'll go for Ry positive or negative. So positive. So upwards is positive and downwards is negative. But its situation is very clear. We can see that this is a positive. So I will make Ry here. So I hope so. The point is very clear. This is a Ry, and this is resultant force. I got it. And this is, I think this part is very clear. And this is negative 14, negative 14.2846, and this is a 30.4228. And this is called net force, resultant force, okay? And this is a 90 degree, and this is called angle theta. So students, now I'm going a Pythagoras theorem. I can apply Pythagoras theorem, and Pythagoras theorem is very, very clear for you. R square, R to power 2 equals to 30.4228 to power 2 and negative 14.2846 to power 2. So take the root of the both side. It will look like this, 30.4228 to power 2 and negative 14.2846 to power 2. And final answer, we got it from here, 33.6. If you type this in calculator, so answer coming 33.6 newtons. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I believe you got the point clear. Now I'm looking for angle. So what is the formula? Opposite by adjacent, you know it very well. So tan theta. So I will apply here tan theta. So tan theta, so theta is equal to tan inverse. Opposite by its opposite is 30.4228. Adjacent, no need to take negative sign, just type without negative sign. So it is giving me, if you type in calculator, and the answer is coming 64.9, 64.9 degree. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this is okay. And let's go for next question. So before going next question, because make sure one thing, whenever we give a direction, okay, direction is never, we have to take some reference point, okay? Reference mostly take what? You have to mention this is angle, we got it here. And mostly he starts from positive x-axis, okay? So this is a reference, we take it. So in this sense, what does the answer turn to be? So 180 minus 64.9. So this answer is turned to be, so direction is coming, and mentioned what is the way of writing. Direction is 115.1 with x-axis. with the x-axis. Okay, there's a way. Or sometime we can mention even the same angle, this theta, 64.9, but you must mention with a 14 newtons clockwise, because this is a clockwise. So normally we start measure, normally we measures anti-clockwise. That is why I did not mention here what angle. So there's a rule, but if you will mention this theta directly and what is here force 14 newton, then you must say 4.9 with a 14 newton anti-clockwise, sorry. So but this is a understood 115.1 with x-axis. Question number next, we have two particles. We have one particle is mass point. This is a particle, and I said before many times, please write data or do on a diagram on given data by him. But data writing is very, very important, because one small misreading will mislead to the right way. Okay, come back. So he's saying two particles A, B, mass 2.4 and 1.2, connected with each other with string, and distance A is held 2.1 meter above the horizontal. Okay, so 2.1 above the ground, you can say, and B particle 1.5 above the ground. It means A is higher, A particle is higher, and B is not that much higher. So just for example, this I show you. So this is a pulley, okay, and I think very clear. So the height of the particle from the ground, this is given by him. This is a particle B. This is a particle A. Particle B is A is a 2.1 meter high, and particle B is a 1.5 meter. All right. Afterwards, he said the particles start from release from rest. Whenever released from rest, so starting speed is confirmed 0, and particle A reach the plane. So means A is a, because okay, what is the weight? What is the mass? 2.4 into 10^24. So weight acting downwards is the A particle weight is acting downwards 24 newtons, and B mass 1.2 into 10. So weight acting downwards is 12 newtons. Now it's a very clear sense. And one thing student, tension always towards pulley. Okay. According to situation, students, you know it very well. A is a heavy particle, so A will move downwards. So motion is this, and this motion will be upwards. Now, what he said, further mentioned, show that tension in string A reaches the plane reaches the plane 16 Newton. So tension is what? 16 Newton, and magnitude of acceleration we have to find even. So very easy plan. So let's talk about the A particle. How many forces acting on A particle? Two forces acting on A particle. Below acting 24, upward acting tension. All right. So net force is equals to MA. This formula will use always, because particle is heavy. So this particle is moving downwards. So this is bigger. 24 is bigger. Tension is lesser. So it means I can say 24 minus tension equals to MA. And what is the mass of A? 0.2.4. So 2.4 times 2A, equation 1, done. Now for B particle, B is going upward. This arrow mentioned it is going upwards. So it means tension is bigger and weight component is smaller. So I can say that again, same formula, net force equals to MA. So I can say tension minus weight component is equals to MA, and mass is 1.2 and acceleration is unknown. Equation 2, we got it, and now we just solve them simultaneously. So I bring second equation down. This equation, I bring it down. so I bring it down. I'm going to solve them now. So have a look, students. Okay, so have a look here. Tension cancel out from here. And out of 24, 12 gone. I got 12 newtons. And here I got a This is a 63.6. So acceleration is going to come is just subtract. So divide 12 divided by 3.6. And acceleration is coming with me is 10 by 3 exact answer. Or you can write 3.33 meter per second square. All right. Okay. And what is the tension? If I plug in this acceleration, any equation, I plug in a 1 or plug in 2. I plug in 2. Put in 2. So tension minus 12 equal to 1.2 times to acceleration. I will not use decimal. I'll use exact value. So 10 by 3 and 12 will add. When it 12 will add, so this is a 12 by 3 become 4 and plus 12, you got a 16 newtons. All right, and which is he was asking to prove. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, this part is very clear. And let's go for the next part. Next part is a find out the greatest height B above the plane. You know what happens, student? Let me tell you one thing. This is a first situation. So naturally, A is a heavy particle. A will come downward, hit the ground. But B will go, how much it will hit the ground? So B will go same upwards. But do you think it stopped there? No. It will reach to 2.1. It will travel first, then will move further up. This is motion due to inertia. Inertia means when it gains a potential, it will go up, slightly up. So let's see now. So how we can make this diagram? So this diagram I'm going to make once again for you, and I save my time. Okay, and I'm going to make it here because I need a space, so I'm writing it here now. So attentive, I make diagrams here. Inshallah, I believe you will understand. This one diagram. Okay, I make another diagram here. So there's some logic behind it. Okay, all right. So have a look now. What is situation number first? This is a condition number first. And what will happen, students? So I tell you one thing. B, this is raising some extent. Okay. And B will not go, will not here. A will hit the ground and B will go up. So let's see what happens, students. So this A will hit the ground naturally. So it will move how much distance? 2.1. But B is here before, and B will move first. How much distance, students? First of all, it will move for sure 2.1 meters. Logic, it will come down 2.1 meters. Common sense, it will go up 2.1 meters. Afterwards, it will go slightly above and then stop. Okay, so this is a stop. At this particle stop here on a peak. And for your knowledge, this gap is called inertia motion. Inertia motion. Motion due to inertia, you can say that. And very interesting part we have here. We need to find the greatest height from the above the ground. And for your knowledge, this 1.5 already we have. It means this I mentioned here, this is already 1.5 meters we have. So you know what to find? This plus this motion. So it means total height is this much, maximum height which we need to find. But for your knowledge, very important thing one we have, 100% last speed is 0. If I talk about inertia, I'm writing the title here, inertia. Okay, so last velocity 100% 0 where? It stops here, right? Or going upward because it will hit the ground. When the particle A will hit the ground, string become loose. When string become loose, tension becomes 0. Tension will become 0. And this will behave as a free fall particle. It will move upward with a gravity like free fall. And free fall means gravity will become -10 because going upwards. But only thing is when an S is my target to find, but problem is only one. This data is not enough to find out the distance. We need one more thing. And what is that? That is a starting speed is also important. But I tell you one thing, look at here carefully. When they both started from here, both speed were 0, 0. When this moves slightly up with speed of, let's say 1, this speed is also 1. Let's say this B move up with speed of 2, it is moving speed of 2. So it means speed is same. So just before hitting V, what is just before hitting of A speed and just be here, so speed of A and B particle both are same. It means just before hitting the A and B reach here, speed is same. So can I say, student, this speed and this speed same? Exactly. And for your knowledge, so it means, so I'm writing title here for A. U is 0, we know it when it is traveling downwards. S is 2.1, you know it very well. Acceleration, I got 10 by 3 on the previous page. 10 by 3, I use the same here, 10 by 3. And I'm looking last velocity. Last velocity is very, very important. You can also, what is the formula? 2as is equal to v squared minus u squared. And 2 times 2, 10 over 3. And s is 2.1 meters. And last velocity is question mark, u is 0. So when I find it now by using calculator, so this 20 times to 2.1, so I divide by 3 and take a root. So I got a root 14, root 14. I'm not writing in a 3SF. I'm not writing in a 3SF. Okay, students, so 3 for root 14. Hold on, I show you. When it will just about to hit here, what speed here? Root 14. And what speed at this moment? Root 14. So last speed of this is root 14, which becomes starting speed of this become root 4. So this is becoming root 14. So I hope so you understood well why I'm writing root 14. Now I can use this data and find out the S. So 2as is equals to v squared minus u squared. Gravity negative 10 as the target, v is a 0, u is root 14 and power 2. And s become what? Then this is becoming 14 divided by 20. And I get 0.7 meters. It means this moment due to inertia, this is 0.7. This is 1.5 and this is 2.1. So maximum height, he was asking greatest height or maximum height. So I'm finding here maximum height. So 1.5 plus 2.1 plus 0.7. So let's see what answers turn to be. And so answer is 1.5 plus 2.1 plus 0.7. So answer is coming 4.3 meters. 4.3 meters. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I believe you got a point. And finally, we got the maximum height to be gained by the particle. And let's go for the next question. Yes, question number 4, students. We have a particle A moving along a straight horizontal track with a constant speed 8. Whenever constant speed is coming, students, so we can use that formula. Distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. This formula is applicable only when we have a constant speed. A passive fixed point O. So it means that O point is here. This is, for example, O point. And particle is here, A particle. And it is moving this way. All right. And the speed is what throughout? Speed is, we can say 8 meter per second. When is a, oh, okay. 4 seconds later, another particle B passes through O. Okay. So it means B is also at O, but it will reach after 4 seconds and at a constant deceleration. So it means, students, it is also going this way, but it has a deceleration equals to acceleration is equal to -2, all right, or deceleration is equal to 2, same thing. I'm writing negative sign. And it's a speed at B, speed of B when it passes through O, when as it enters in a screen. So it means when time was 0, so its velocity was 20 at this point O. And B come to rest when it turns. It means whenever it will come back, it will stop and then turn back. Anyway, and what a situation we have to find an expression for in terms of T, that for displacement of O for each particle after B passes. After, you saw what has been after B passes to O, and we know that we reach after 4 seconds. We need B after 4 seconds. So it means that we have to consider and we have to deal after 4 seconds. So let's start first A particle. For A particle, student, very simple situation. You know, its starting is a speed is 8. For first 4 seconds, it is moving the same speed. So we got a what distance formula, students? So distance equal to speed into time. Speed is a 4, 8, and time is 4. I got a distance of 32 meters. But afterwards, it's time I don't, because distance, we can, how to find distance, student, after A, after 4, because after 4 time, I don't know how much time, but speed remains 8, will not change throughout. It remains same. So it means distance after 4, after 4 seconds, distance become what formula, student? Distance equals to, again, speed into time, but speed remains 8, time is t, because I don't know what's the time after that. So t. So total distance, it is for this, we can say that total distance. So distance is equal to what, students? Distance for the A particle is 32 plus 8t. So this is the answer for the A particle. This is which is done finally. Now let's talk about B particle, sorry. So B particle, and we have given only this data, and this is a, we need this. So you know very well, student, this is a not enough data. And second number, most important point, which is here, whenever we are looking for expression, okay, students. So only choice we left behind is what? Integrating choice we have, integrating choice. Before I start, I give one data here, important thing. So whenever distance or displacement, if I differentiate, I get velocity. If I differentiate, I get acceleration, and differentiate and different. If I want to come down, I have to integrate. So I have acceleration. If I integrate, I will get velocity. I integrate, I get displacement, which is my concern. I hope so. The point is very, very clear. So let's start. So I'm writing here A is equals to -2. So I hope so this is clear. And now integrating both sides. When I integrate both sides, students, what happens? So I get a velocity equals to integration of -2 with respect to time, and V becomes -2t plus C, 1. And now we have one data available here to get C1, and that is put T0 velocity 20 given by him. So I will plug in 20 here. So 2 and 2, 0, and time 0 here is gone. So C1 become 20. I plug in equation number 1. So velocity expression is finally, I got it. This is a very, very clear. Now we are in the level of velocity. First I went down. Again, I will integrate to get displacement. So let's start integrating once again. Okay, this we'll do only when we're looking for expressions. If we're looking for the values, we will go for what is called equation of motions or some other situation. Anyway, come back, I get S integral sine 2t plus 20 in dt. And you know, student, what is integration of this? Increase the power by 1, divide by 2, and 20 become 20t and plus C2. This is cancel out. And now I plug in, because we know that when time was 0, distance was 0. How come? See, when B was just starting from observer O, so its distance was 0, although speed was 20, but distance was 0. That is why as I plug in S0 here, T0 is 0, 0 here. So students, I will get automatically 0 equal to 0 plus C2. So C2 becomes 0. And final answer for distance, okay, you use S or D, no issue at all. I think we should use S, because mostly he used S. So SB is finally negative T square plus 20T. And this is our final answer. And I believe the point is very, very clear. And let's go for the next part. Find the values of t when the particles have the same distance from O. It means very simple story. SA equals to SB. All right. So I'm going to put them equals to each other. So 32 plus 8t is equals to negative t2 square plus 20t. And I'm going to find and bring both left side. I get t to power 2 positive, and this comes here. I get negative 12t, and plus 32 is equals to 0. And 8 fours are 32, and 8 plus 4, 12 is okay. 8 fours are 8 fours. Okay. T common, I get t minus 8, and minus 4 common, I get t minus 8. You can say apply quadratic formula, no problem here. So I got 2 times, one is 4 and one is 8 seconds. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, find values of the t's times where they have a same. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, easy, clear. On the given axis, he said what here? Sketch the distance time graph for the both particles. Okay. And students, you know that whenever we're looking for the both particles when time from 0 to 20 seconds. So first 20 seconds, we have to find it. So interesting part is what here we have luckily given the both expressions. So look at here, what this is expressions given, both given, all right? So I will use these same expressions for finding at 20. So let's see. It means, and one part, you know it, students. So let's see how we can do it. All right. So first of all, okay. So how we can start now? Both expressions given. So have a look here. So first of all, we need to know what is the maximum distance traveled. Although he mentioned 100 or 200 also, we have to confirm. What is technique? What is technique? Whenever we need a maximum distance or minimum distance, what we do, students, so we have to plug in, we always differentiate and differentiate for the maximum. And you know, whenever you need, student, maximum, anything maximum you need, so we differentiate and put 0. So we have differentiate the distance. If I explain differentiate, I will get automatically velocity. So when I put velocity 0 here, actually I'm looking for what is a maximum distance coming, because curve is coming something like this. Okay, for 20 it is coming something like this. So we have to know that when it is a maximum. For that approach, what is the best technique? Okay, I will plug in, I will for maximum distance of p particle, I will differentiate ds by dt, which is velocity, and then I will plug in 0. And luckily we have already, because when we differentiate this, we get this expression. So this, note down please this expression, v equals to minus 2t, v is equals to minus 2t plus 20. Yes, I will plug in velocity 0, students. When I plug in 0 here, so 22 term from here, and t becomes 10 seconds. It means 10 seconds, it has a maximum velocity. At this time, it has a maximum distance, sorry, maximum distance. So what I will do, students, this 10, I will plug in where? I will plug in this expression. So I'm writing it. So do one thing. This is a space I need. So I bring it slightly here and bring it up here because I need it here. So for the what is technique, student, then, and for the maximum distance, maximum distance, maximum distance, I will plug in this 10 where in d, okay, this one. So it become negative 10 square plus 20 times to 10. It's giving me 100 meters. It means one part is very clear that we got it here very clear at 100. So this is a coming very clear. Second number, you know, if you don't like this way, we don't like this way. For example, do we have another choice? What is another choice? take this expression of the other particle, plug in different values. I mean, plug in time 0, plug in time 5 seconds, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18 for more accuracy. Or you plug in what? Or you plug in gap of 4. So 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Okay. And plug in one by one all these, and you get automatically the curve. And for your knowledge, the curve will come this way. First, it goes this way. You can ask me how you know, because my knowledge. Whenever we have a time t squared positive comes, we have this kind of curve comes, and whenever we have negative t squared comes, so we have this kind of curve comes. That is the logic behind it. And look at here, negative t square. So that is why I know it this very well. I got this one. And now number 2 and second number, you can ask me how we know, sir. It is a stopping like a till 20. I can plug in 20, because when I plug in 20, I get 0 answer. And that is, you can check 20 square 400, 20, 20, 20, 400. So answer becoming 0. That is why it's stopping at here. So B particle diagram I done. Now what about A particle diagram? A particle is very simple. You know straight line equation, students? What is the method to draw 32 plus 80? So plug in, because straight line, how I know straight line, student, the power of t is 1. So no need tension. Simple, take a 2. For curve, I can make more than 2 points. But for line, we need 2 points enough. When I plug in times 0 here, it is gone and I get 32. And when I plug in any number, for example, I plug in 8, 10, sorry, 10, make it 10, for example. 10, 8 is the 80, and 80 plus 32 is come 112. I'm going to sketch it here. Get ready, please. And 32, this is where? This is somewhere here. How come? Because 50 is here, this one. Wait a minute. This is 50 somewhere. Where's 32? Somewhere here, 32. And it means me this point I got it. And where is this 10? 10 is here, and 112. 112 means slightly above here. Somewhere is 150, somewhere here, slightly above. Okay, somewhere here. So if I and maybe it may be 32. Okay, and this point I make slightly down. Now take a scale and draw. So when I draw this line, you see, when I draw this line, blue color line, right? So it will cut the curve at 2 spots. One time it's cutting here and that, and second time is here. You know what these 2 points, students? These are 4 and 8, and you want to check it that where it is intersecting. So you will show these values, okay, 4 and 8, and that's it. I hope so. You got the concept very, very clear. And let's go for next question. So next question, student, we have a number 5. But the question is, the mass of 12 kilogram is in mass of 12 kilograms. So mention here, make it underlining or right on top. Placed on the plane and angle 24 degree. You can see here, and a string making angle 36. You can see that there's 36-degree angle above the slope. You can see this angle clear. And the tension of string is 65. Tension is given 65. Coefficient of friction is given mu, and block is in limiting equilibrium on a point of slipping up. It means about to slip up. He mentioned here about to move or about to slip up. About to slip up means naturally friction is backwards, and find mu. So what is technique, students? So let's start. First of all, mass is 12. So this is 100% clear. Its weight is 120 newtons, because mass is 12 kg and weight becomes 120 newtons. And you know, students, it has 2 components. One parallel acting to surface downward is always weight component. And how to write it? It's called mg sine theta. But we know weight, So 120 sine theta and 120 sine 24. And upwards is always is normal reaction, and one downwards is called 120 cos 24. Hold on, repeat. This is a parallel to surface sine component and perpendicular surface cos component. So this idea is very clear. About to slip up, so friction will be 100% downwards. So this idea is very clear. And what about the force? And as we done the previous question here, how we resolve forces, every force is two components. Now this surface will behave as an x-axis. So this one component parallel to x-axis is 36 students. And we have done it in the previous questions here, chapter, the question of forces. You see here forces. So what we done, force and angle. So force and angle is called cos and other is sine. I think you got my point. Same story here. So same story here, force. So force and angle. So what is the force? 65, students 65 and angle 36. So this becomes 65 cos 36. Okay. And this is naturally one is acting parallel to surface. What is best technique to understand? One parallel to surface and one perpendicular to surface, the rule of the topic. Okay. So that is why I make it here and make it this way. This becomes 65, sorry, not cos, sine of 36. So I believe it's clear now. And now we can resolve the forces. And the system is about to move and make sure about to slip means acceleration confirmed 0. All right. So we have two options. One parallel to surface resolving forces and one perpendicular surface resolving forces up and down and right and left. So system is about to move, about to slip. So it means this force, what is the formula I'll use? Net force equals to MA. It is about to move up one, so I can say what? This force minus friction force minus weight component is equal to 0. Okay, I'm writing here 65 cos 36 minus friction minus 120 sine of 24 is equals to 0. Or you can say upward forces equal to downward forces because balanced. Okay, equilibrium. So you can say, so there is bring this both forces right side, same story. Okay. And I think I will bring F only here. Logic, I tell you later on, what is the logic? Why I'm keeping this only there. Friction goes there. And what is friction value? Mu R. And what's the mu R? Our mu is unknown, but R is interesting to find. So I can make it as one simple technique in which I'm going to drag this part slightly below and I'm finding R value. For your knowledge, I said we're the horizontal parallel to surface and this is perpendicular surface. So these two forces acting upwards and this force acting downwards and this force resolved already, so no component. It's two component already, one here and one here. I repeat my words, these two forces acting upward and this acting downwards. And my focus is only what? This is surface, how many forces acting upwards and how many downwards. So I think clear idea. So these two sum equal to this one. So this is simple concept I'm writing now here. So R plus 65 sine 36 is equals to 120 cos 24. And this will go on the other end. So R 120 cos 24 minus 65 sine 36. And I can find R from here easily. And let's find it. He did not ask exact. So time to cos 24. Wait a minute. 120 time to cos 24 minus 65 time to sine 36. Let me recheck. Yeah, exactly correct. And my answer is coming 71.4194. Always write more than 1 dp. So why? Because for more accurate answer. So I take in here four dps and this R value I'm going to plug in here. And then I will solve easily. So let's start. So 65, okay, I can type even the left side even. So 65 times 2 cos 36 minus 120 times to sine 24. And the left hand side, I'm getting 3.7777. And this mu unknown and 71.4194. And afterwards, this I just divide it and I will get the answer. And when I divide it, so let's see what answer coming. Divided by 71.4194. And mu value, which I'm getting finally, is coming here. Mu is equals to 3.777 divided by 71.4194. And finally, answer of the mu is giving us 0.05289 actually. But if we're rounding it, giving you 529. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I believe the point is very, very clear. And now we go for next part, next question. So let's start question number next. It's number 6 here, students. What a question we have. Mass 900 kilograms moving up. Okay, hill inclined at this angle to the horizontal. Initially, its speed is this one. So let's draw a rough idea. Okay, and let's say initial speed, this particle, this position initially, this is going on somewhere on the top. Okay, and initial speed is what given by him is 11, and finally after 12 seconds, distance travel is 150 meters. His speed becomes 16, and and this angle theta. Okay, I make this triangle like this, and this is height, and power is given by him. Power is given by him is 24,000 watt. Okay, and students, what's the formula for work done? Work done is equals to, very clear, work done is equal to, so power formula, we can say that, or same thing, work done by time is equals to power. If I multiply times there, so I get a work done by applied force. So power into time. So work done by applied force, I got it simply power 24,000, and time is here coming with us is 12 seconds given by him. So 24,000 12. So I get what here? 288,000 joules. Okay. So student, basically would be, normally I use a special formula for it. When formula will help you a total. And what's the magic formula I use always, and what that formula says? Work done by applied force minus work done by frictional force, kinetic energy plus potential energy on the top. This is T for top, and B for bottom. So top, and kinetic energy plus potential energy at the bottom. Is very clear. And work done by driving force, I just got it. Okay, students. So I will find out all these things and finish our question. Oh, have a look here. This is given, so I'm writing 200,000. This is my target. He said that find work done by frictional force. Now this is, we have it. I'll have it because we know the top kinetic energy. We can find it. Mass is 900 half mv square. V is what? 16 square. But problem is coming only, I don't know the potential energy at a height. It's very clear. So potential energy at a height means H. What formula? mgh. Mass is 900, G is 10. Height is not know. This is interesting part. So let's see how we can find height. So how we can find height. So what student technique we have? We can use it here, opposite by hypotenuse. So H divided by 150 equals to sine theta. And sine theta is given by him. You see this one sine. Actually, I tell you one thing. Theta is equal to sine inverse 0.12 he given us. If I bring this sine inverse on the left hand side, what will happen, student? It becomes sine theta is equal to 0.12. So it means in the place of sine theta, I can replace 0.12. So height is becoming what? 150 times 2, 0.12. And I get 18. So height is coming 18 meters. Okay. So I'm writing 18 meters. I believe you got a point. And 900 times to 10 times to 18 is coming potential energy 162,000 joules. So I hope so. The point is clear. Now I can apply potential energy at a height is this or a top. So 162,000. But you know, students, what is the kinetic energy at a B point is we can find speed is 11 half mv square, 9 times 2 11 square. But what is a potential energy at bottom? You know, is the height is zero. When height is zero, potential energy gone. So potential energy at bottom is zero. So I hope so you got the point. And now just matter of typing in calculator, I will get my answer. And have a look, students, how we can find it. So I just typing the right hand side fully in my calculator and let's see what final answer is coming. Half into 900 times to 16 square plus 162,000 and minus half into 900 into 11 square. And I get 222,750. And now I can just shift left and right. So it is coming 288,000 minus this, and I'm getting work done by friction force is coming 6,525 joules. And I hope so. Not a hard job. I use this is called magic formula. Okay. And what is the technique? I repeat again. Work done by applied force minus work done by friction force. And this is kinetic plus potential. It's called mechanical energy actually. Mechanical energy at a top minus mechanical energy at a bottom. This is a formula. I hope so. The point is very, very clear. Let's go for next part. So have a look here. What a question he's here. He's asking. So what the question is saying, car then travels along a straight onto horizontal road. It means first it is traveling inclined plane. Afterwards, it's moving on a horizontal track. So it is going this way, then it's going straight track. This is situation he said here. Okay. And the friction resistance to motion given by him is this. So friction force is given 1520 plus 4v. When speed is v and the car travels constant speed, for your knowledge, you know, whenever constant speed is coming, so constant speed, you know it very well, acceleration always equals to zero. And power is given here 32 kilowatt. So 3, 2, and 000 watt. Now, what is the formula basically used? Net force equals to MA is a basic formula we use. Let's say the car is going this way. This is called applied force. This is called frictional force. So applied force minus friction force equal to MA, but A is zero. And what is the formula for power? Power is equal to work done by time. All of you know it. And work done is a force into distance is also familiar. But distance by time is speed. So F into V, this formula you already familiar. So if I bring this down, so I get P by V equal to capital F. This value I will replace. Why I replace this value here? Because I have a power. So power by V, and this is zero, and friction I will bring on the right hand side. Like this. Power is what, student? 32,000. V is unknown. Friction force, I got it. What? 1520 plus 4V. Now I'm doing cross multiply, students. So 32,000, 1520V plus 4V to power 2. Rearrange 4V to power 2 plus 1520V minus 3200. Sorry, 32,000. Okay. You can divide by 4 or directly apply quadratic formula. And negative b plus and minus b square minus 4 AC. A is a 4. You can see A is here, students, and C is a negative 32,000 over 2A. All right, I saved my time and I apply quadratic formula. And students, finally, I got two answers. One answer is coming 20 and one is coming negative 40. Negative ignore. And this is my answer. What question he was asking? The speed. So that's it. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Idea is very, very clear. And that's I'm going further. This part is over. Okay, let's go for next question. So next question we have, students, is given particle P move a straight line. The velocity is given by here two expressions given, students. So first expression for first 10 and second expression for the next 10 to 20. He said that show there is a change in acceleration when time is 10. So what is student three level? If you recall, this we have a three levels. Displacement, if I differentiate, I get velocity. If I differentiate, I get acceleration. And currently differentiate and differentiate. If I want to come down, I will do integration and integration. So currently I'm on a velocity level and I need acceleration. So I will differentiate both expressions. So let's go for students, both expressions I'm going to integrate, sorry, differentiate. What is differentiation here? dv by dt giving you 0.5. So this is 0.5. So acceleration becomes 0.5. That's it. And no need to plug in 10 because there's no t is there. And what about this dv by dt differentiating? 2 comes down, it becomes 0.5, and there's a negative 8. Now I'm going to put time 10 because he said, and when I plug in 10, so 0.5 into 10 minus 8. Here I got a 5 out of 5, 3 gone. I get an 8 gone, sorry, out of 5. So negative 3. And they are not same. So it means there is a change. So you can say hence proved. So there is a change in acceleration is there. So that's it. And let's go for next part. Find total distance covered by the P interval 0, 20. It means we have to check the distance traveled by the first and then second. This is a simple thing. I will use the above equation and with the limits 0 to 10 and lower 10 to 20. And that's it. Integrate logic. Because if I'm a velocity level, I need displacement, students. So what I will do, students, integrating. So integrating means I'll get displacement. Simple thing. I'm going to integrate. So let's start. And this both expressions, this I'm copying, I'm writing it here. Second expression is 0.5 t, 0.5 t. So 0.5 t. And you know what, student, distance is simple. I can find it. 0 to 10, I will integrate this, students, dt and plus. And 0 to 10 to 20. 0.25 t squared minus 8t plus 60. But you know, student, whenever we trying this kind of question, we have to make sure one thing always. And what is that? That is, we have to make sure, is this particle stopping somewhere or not? Okay. If this particle stopping somewhere, because what happens, student, afterwards, what happened sometime, there is a, because if some part of curve is above x-axis and some part of curve is below x-axis, so we have to do care about it. Okay, this will help us to understand that particle stops or not. If stops, then we have to do some care about it. Okay, but in this situation, current situation, if we look at carefully, the second area is coming below. Okay, look at here. I'm going to show you, and using technique, I just draw. Okay, and First part is 0 to 10. If it is a straight line, there's a whole above x-axis. So it is a no issue. It is coming. Okay, it is a this way. Okay, there's a not an issue. But second equation, if we check it carefully, 10 till 20. Okay, so this area, full area lies below. Okay, that is why I will plug in. So first of all, I will put velocity 0. So this area I will use for that reason. So for the particle, other one, so put velocity 0 where? Velocity formula 0.25 t square negative 8t plus 60. When I plug in 0, student, I get this kind of thing. So when I apply quadratic formula, negative 8, wait a minute, yes. So I'm applying negative 8 square 4 times 2a and the 60. Yes, by 2a. Let me check. Yes, it giving us what answer? Let me recheck. 0.860. Okay, it is giving us two answers, 12 and 20. It means it is confirmed that at 10 is stopping. Okay, so it means from 10. So it is this formula I'm using 10 to 20. So many students they write like this, the way I wrote. Okay, but it's a very clear sense. It means when I started the curve from 10 till, for example, this is a parabolic curve. You know, I said before, when 10 is t square positive, your graph will be always like this. Look, I show you. Like this. But problem is coming what here? So this is 12 and this is 20. Okay, but I'm starting from 10. For your knowledge, this is a 10. Okay, this area is positive, but this area is negative. Why negative? Because area is below x-axis. So what I will do, students, so I will find this area separate, this one 10, 10 separate, and this area, blue color area felt separate. Okay, so 10 to 20, 10 to 12 separate, and 12 to 20 separate. So this is the reason. So this part I will break it in two parts. So let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to start now. So it means I will do a small change here. And what small change, students? So let's start. This value I will shift slightly here. And or I can do find separate. No even issue, no issue, even separate finding. No problem at all. So this I find separate, upper or separate. So this is when I integrate, students. So what is the situation? You know, what is the situation? So integrate 0.5, increase the power by 1, divide by same, and limit is 0 to 10. And when I plug in upper limit 10 square 100, so I get a 25 meters. So this is a done. So let's talk about this is 0 to 10. But now I talk about the other distance. So now that distance 0 to 10 to 12 separate and 12 to 20 separate. These I will find separate. Okay. And then I can get answer easily. All right. So this is a negative sign. Why negative sign? You can ask me reason, because this is below x-axis. That is why. If below x-axis negative sign coming, to make it positive, I will put minus sign outside. So I hope so. The point is very, very clear. And now I'm going to find it separate. So equation expression, what was that? 1 minute, please. I bring it down. This expression whole I will use 2 times. Wait a minute. It's not copied. It's copied. So 1 time I paste here. And 1 time I paste here. Okay. And now, students, what is the next? Wait a minute. All right. So have a look here. So distance is equals to, and dt I'm writing, and dt I'm writing. So I think now, okay, and let's start. And okay. So increase the power by 1, you know, to 0.25 t to the power 3 by 3, and 8 square by 2. 60 becomes 60t. And limit 10 to 12. And now I'm doing it the same story here, 0.25 power 3 by 3, increase the power 2 by 2. So it means you learn a very important lesson. Whenever he given this kind of situation. So always check, always check. Is this particle stop somewhere? So to check the velocity particle stops or not. Okay, and simply plug in time velocity is equals to 0. I hope so. You got a point clear. And and I'm now finding it this final answer from here. I got 25 meter already, and now I'm applying this one. So when I apply this one, I plug in 12 and 10. When I apply 12 in the place of equation, so let's see. When I plug in 12, I'm getting answer 288 meters. And when I plug in this is a 10, I get 850 by 3. This is done. And now, what the other situation is this? This is a from 12 to 20. And when I apply this one, so it is coming what? 800 by 3. And when I plug in 12, I get 288. And now what is the technique? This answer, okay, let me type finally. 288 minus 850 divided by 3. So 14 by 3 is coming from here. And 800 divided by 3 minus 288. This negative 6, this is coming 64 by 3. And finally, if I check it, 14 divided by 3 and plus 64 divided by 3. So it's 26 answer coming from here. 26 coming from here and 25 from there. The total distance is coming what? 25 plus 26. So 51 meter distance. Finally, this is a 25 students and this is other one. So I hope so. You got a point clear and paper is completely over. So I hope so. You understood the paper and best of luck for exams and pray for me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.